By well, couple of stocks, towards the end of trade who have really moved around. L&T Tech Services, just pull up the intraday chart out there. That stock has moved to the low point of the day, so some selling coming in there. While on the flip side, you had NCC that ends virtually at the high point of the day. But as we wind down markets, let's start with the headline index. We're virtually unmoved for the entire day. Not just the Nifty, but even the midcap index. I think both these two indices could actually end as flat, maybe without a single point move. So let's see how that goes. We'll get the average at around 332 odd. Stocks that were losing were some of the big gainers. Divis Laboratories came in for some profit taking. A couple of these metal names, Hindalco, JSW Steel, both of them were under some pressure. And big boy HUL as well was down. The Royal Enfield as well was down 1.5%. On the flip side, you had NTPC. That one was up close to 1.5%. Adani Ports did pretty well. And Asian Paints, crude oil prices were a little bit lower overnight as well. So crude is unable to get past that $82 per barrel mark, which is good on the margin for paint companies. So that did pretty well. And Bajaj Auto as well was high in trade. But though the mid-cap index was more or less flat, as will be remarked, still we did have some winners and losers. So,
oh yes, absolutely. More action at the individual stock level. So I'll just talk about the ones that managed to show price and volume traction today. Mastech obviously is your stock of the day, almost 12% higher on good numbers. And then the stocks that we've been pointing out right through the day, whether it is Tex Rail, Texmaco Infra, NMDC Steel, Liberty Shoes, Lux Industries, a lot of these names on the mid-cap screens, that's pretty much where the accumulation in the action was. Count in Arupa, count in Indigo. Quite a few of the hotel stocks, by the way, did well as well. Perhaps people looking for summer holiday ideas. Lemon Tree, for instance, was up 4.5%. Railway was another strong story in the market. So a stock like RVNL, for instance, is going home with gains of almost 3.5% to 4% now, 4.5% actually. And you had some of the other movers and shakers as well, like a Cummins, like a Concor. Some of these stocks on the railway side, the engineering side, manufacturing side, they had a pretty decent session. Rima?
Well, just to add some more earnings reaction, Tata Communication ends with a gain of 2.7%, and this is despite the margins having missed the mark. The reason for that could be the stock had already corrected 6% in the run-up to the numbers, so the worst was perhaps in the price. So Tata Communication sees some green. ICICI Securities numbers look very disappointing, particularly in comparison to its peer Angel. So ISEC was down close to about 5%, and Signed goes home with a gain of 2.5% ahead of numbers. But the final tick on the Nifty is at least a bit of green. 7 points up on the Nifty. On the Sensex, we're up nearly 65 points. Very, very quiet, flat, and sort of a dull session so far. We'll slip into a very short break. On the other side, big boy, Reliance's earnings are tomorrow. We'll get you all the key